Record, then your 5 minutes starts.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Willy Noiles. I'm president of the Ontario Network of Injured Workers Groups and a St. Catharines resident. ONIWG includes 22 local support groups and communities from Ottawa to Windsor and Niagara to Thunder Bay. We're the organization representing injured workers in Ontario for the last 26 years. Our local groups provide support and education to injured workers in their communities, while the ONIWG board is the political and advocacy arm. The board is elected by delegates from those local groups. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, I'm the only injured worker who has been invited to present. Most, if not all, of our local groups requested a chance to speak in their local communities, but did not receive standing. This is very disappointing, as I'm quite sure the Niagara Chamber of Commerce, for instance, wasn't the only Chamber of Commerce granted a chance to speak during the 8 days. As an organization, ONIWG has discussed a minimum wage increase numerous times. We support a $15 minimum wage 100%, as it's only fair that low-wage earners working full-time make above the poverty line. We are concerned, however, that it doesn't reach that $15 an hour until after the next election. Dependent upon what Ontarians decide next June, we worry that low-wage earners may not see an increase beyond January 2018's $14 hour minimum wage. But our chief concern is that unless changes are made at the Workplace Safety and Insurance Board, thousands of permanently disabled injured workers will see their benefits cut on January 1st, 2018 and 2019, provided that $15 becomes a reality. How can one set of workers lose while the rest gain? Because of an insidious mechanism that was introduced in early 1990 that allows WSIB to deem how a permanently disabled injured worker can receive in loss of earnings benefits. Instead of basing the LOE benefits on what someone is actually earning, the board deems or pretends that injured workers have been able to return to work to some type of full-time employment after recovering from their injury. WSIB dreams up a phantom job it claims this worker can work at, takes away the wages it claims the worker is earning, leaving them with little or no compensation benefits regardless of whether they're employed or not. By way of example, Dolores was a factory worker earning $20 an hour, but because of a workplace accident, she's unable to return to her old job. So WSIB sees few options for retraining her given her age and education. They think, however, that she could work as a customer service rep at minimum wage without much retraining. So Dolores' LOE benefits are based on the difference between the $20 she'd been earning before and the current minimum wage of $11.40. Dolores' LOE benefits would thus be $218 in this example weekly. This wouldn't be so bad if Dolores was actually working and earning that $11.40 an hour. But for a number of reasons, Dolores and many other injured workers are not employed. And even though we know a good 49% of disabled individuals are unemployed, this doesn't matter to the WSIB because they think Dolores is making $11.40 an hour working full-time at some fictitious job. In reality, though, Dolores does not have a job and is trying to survive on $2.18 a week. Because of this minimal income, she earns too much to be eligible for Ontario Works. So when the minimum wage increases to $15 an hour, Dolores' WSIB check will be reduced to $127 a week, forcing her onto social assistance. Hopefully you can appreciate the impact of the minimum wage increase for Dolores and other injured workers like her. Last year, about 54,000 workers were deemed to be working at some type of full-time job at rates that are usually around the minimum wage. And while some of those 54,000 are working, most unfortunately are not. The result being that unless this deeming provision is changed or tackled, the celebration of increasing the minimum wage to a more livable wage will see more
Thank you.
injured workers.
This round will begin with the third party. MPP Forster.
Thank you, and thank you, Willie, for being here, and please finish your presentation.
Okay, more will be forced onto social assistance where too many have already had to go. And aside from the fact that workers' compensation was designed to prevent injured workers from becoming a drain in the public purse, the long and short of it is that while you'll be rightfully cheering over a $14 or $15 minimum wage, thousands of injured workers will see a decrease in earnings. Don't let this become a black eye in the government's face. In fact, the only winners if changes aren't made to deeming is the WSIB, who won't have to pay out as much in benefits. Like low-wage earners, injured workers just want some fairness. Thank you.